Welcome to Nutz at Night, episode number 73. In this show, we go over stuff that we find interesting, stuff that happens to us during the week or in our lives, mostly tech-related, sometimes not. Could be about anything. I mean, you listen to the past shows, you'll hear some people don't approve of that, in fact. And today, usually we've been bringing on guests the last couple of weeks, but today we're kicking it old school. It's just back to me and Steve. And when I say Steve, I'm talking about Steve D'Amico from smdcomputer.net and crappycrapcrap.com fame. What's going on, Steve?
Not a whole lot. Very cold here in New York. Very cold.
Yeah.
It's been like it's been like 20s during the day. It's been really bad.
Yeah, I hear that. I remember. I recall the frigidity of walking through that city in those temperatures. I'm happy I'm down here.
Yeah, it's not even just the cold. It's also the dry cold where your skin is all itchy and dry. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times I'm in the shop. And this is bad, too. And I'm mindful of it. I'm very mindful of it. I'm in the shop, and I just get up from one chair and go to, like, across the room, and it's not that far. And all of a sudden, just like, I mean, like a crazy jolt of static electricity just snaps onto like the outside of a case, and it like literally startles me when it happens, because I almost forget that that's going to even happen. But it's so, it just sucks. I need like a humidifier.
I know.
That's what I need.
That happened to me. I remember when I was up there. It happens to me every time I get out of my car. First of all, I go to close my door and it zaps the crap out of me. But when I was living in Philly in the apartment, you have the heat up, it gets dry. And the worst is the cats. It's like, I can handle it, but the poor cats, they go running around on the carpet. And I had this a coffee table, and they would like, she'd like go to jump on her, put her nose up to it, and go, boom, it's zap her. And then she finally got wise, and then every time she went near the coffee table, she'd go put her paw up and like tap it a couple times, discharge herself, and then jump up on it. So they did learn, but I felt bad. They would always get zapped by everything in there. Poor cats. But
I was kind of mean to my cats. I used to pet them and then touch their nose.
Oh man. let us, if this is the first Nutz at Night you're tuning into, let us just say that Steve is a cat lover. I mean, he's so much so that my cats, who are afraid of everybody, will go up to Steve immediately without even knowing him for 2 seconds. So we do not promote harsh animal actions here. He's just...
Oh, it's not harsh to just kind of give your cat a little zappy zap on the nose.
Hey, speaking of cats, did you see, you showed me the video, but I saw the commercial before that. Keyboard Cat is in one of those pistachio nut commercials. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw another commercial with a cat, and I forget what commercial it was for, but it was cats jumping around and playing in boxes. That was pretty neat.
You mean like YouTube videos, or like they actually, like they captured YouTube videos, or?
Yeah, they captured YouTube videos, yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of late in the loop, but if you guys ever saw Ninja Cat on YouTube, look it up, watch it. It's hilarious. And I don't know the one about the cat that's jumping out of the box that you like. I don't know the title of that one.
Yeah, I don't know that one either. But anyway, there's a big box, and a cat just goes, just kind of launches himself into the air and just kind of lands flat right into the box.
Oh, that's that one? I thought it was the one where a cat keeps popping out like a Jack in the Box.
Oh, that's a totally different video.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
All right, well, we didn't come here to talk about cats, all right? So don't worry. What we came to talk about is... I'll let you go first. What do you want to talk about?
We came to talk about mice. In fact, this is the hell that I got myself into with little mice. So, for anybody that doesn't know, I got my computer repair shop, and there was a reptile shop that was next door, and they were leaving and going out of business and everything. So they, as a gift, because we were friends, they gave me a little cage for free and a couple of little mice. I was like, all right, what the hell? I'll have a little mice in my shop. I used to have hamsters as a kid. Not allowed to bring them home because the wife would tell me no. So I have these little mice, and so they should just, the lady that they gave them to me, she just picked them out. She just like randomly picked them out. She's like, all right, this one's more brown. She throws it in the box. She's like, this one's more white. There you go. And I could tell them apart. I'm like, okay.
And well, you saved their life. I mean, mice in a reptile shop don't mix.
Yes, they were future mice. They were future snake food, technically.
Right.
But they were kind of young. They were like half grown. They were like half sized. And then they grew up real fast.
So what happened?
So well, it turns out that one's a male and the other one's a female.
Uh-oh.
So I was like, oh, geez. You know what's going to happen. I mean, mice, they're like rabbits. Well, I'm waiting for the inevitable, waiting, and the inevitable happened.
They had babies?
Yes. I don't have 2 mice anymore. I have 11.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Oh, man.
I have 11 mice.
Do you have any pictures of them?
Yeah, I do, actually. I put them on my Twitter.
Okay, we'll check it out.
Actually, no, I didn't put them on my Twitter yet. I should put them. I just said that I have them. Yeah, it's.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna breed mice.
Steve,
I'm a mouse breeder.
SMD computer and farm.
Computer repair and mice breeding. Jeez.
Seriously, what did just happen? How old are these mice?
Oh, they're maybe 4 to 5 days old, something like that.
Are they like cute little? They're little pink things, right?
Yeah, they're little pink things with a little bit of fuzz on them.
Oh,
and they called pinkies in the field. They don't have their eyes aren't like out yet.
Right.
But they squeak when they're that young though. They go you know, like hear them like all squeaking around.
What are they doing? Are they running around? Are they like just up against the mother, or what are they doing now?
No, they're just like a little pile, like rolling all over each other and just kind of hanging out. And the mother kind of like goes in there and kind of sits on top of them, and she like digs on them and moves them around and stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, the biggest question I get constantly, everybody keeps saying do they eat their young? Yes, they eat their young. Yeah, they do. If they like smell different or they think there's something wrong with them or something, they'll just nosh on them, which is pretty messed up. But that's just kind of their world.
But your mouse didn't do that.
No, because I know I kind of know what I'm doing with them. You know, I just don't mess with them. That's all. You just let them do their thing, give them food and water, and that's it. That's, you know, when they're living in your walls, they know how to do it on their own. So if they're living in a cage, you know, with food and water, I think they know how to do it on their own.
Right,
you know?
right.
Yeah, they don't need my
interesting, man. So what are you gonna do with them all? Serious.
I'm gonna have to sell them. I mean, I can't keep 12 mice in my computer repair shop. It's not even that big of a shop. Yeah, I'm gonna sell them. They're actually worth something because they're maybe a little more than regular mice because in the snake world they're like this is what I don't know. Just go so how far I want to go into this, but snakes like to eat them. They're more than other mice because they're called something.
So you're gonna sell them to a snake to be a person with a snake?
No, I was thinking about bringing them to her. I was kind of not liking that idea because they're gonna be really cute, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring them to I'm gonna bring them to just a regular like pet shop.
Yeah, you don't want to live with that.
Yeah,
you don't want to have that on your conscience for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. You're sending them to the death, especially when they come by and pick them up. They're like, "Oh, I'll take this one. I'll take that one." It's like, what's the difference?
Oh, that's interesting, though. Good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about with those guys, or?
No, they're pretty cute. It's kind of nice to hear them little squeaks because they squeak a lot now that there's more of them.
And they keep you company.
It's kind of cool.
Keep you company.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It breaks up the monotony of the day.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't take much time or effort or money to kind of keep them. They don't really require much space. They're just in a little 10-gallon tank, kind of hanging out on their own. And every day I go in the shop, I always see something new and going on with them. So it's kind of neat.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, Google AdWords. Well, first of all, I didn't bring this up because we were planning on setting up AdWords, but do you have an AdWords account for your?
Yes.
You do.
You set me up one.
Did you get the email that they sent out? That mass email to everybody? Google sent out a mass email. I just got it the other day, and it's basically a thank you for using AdWords because basically you're paying Google when you use AdWords. So
I didn't get it.
You know, I got this email. Probably a bunch of you other guys did. It looks like Tech Adventures did. And it's pretty cool. I mean, the email it's a strong attempt to be funny. It's almost about as funny as a FedEx commercial. You always know when a FedEx commercial is coming on because you're like, oh, this might be funny, and then you realize, oh wait, this is a FedEx commercial, and it's never really that funny. Well, that's what this kind of reminded me of. But they did do something cool in it. It's Google, so they made fun of themselves and the fact that they tried to create all these crazy ways to thank you for being part of AdWords and for being an AdWords customer. So a person who, a girl comes on, she's sitting behind a desk, and she seems like an actual exec for the company. She's not like an actor. But this goofy ass like paid actor comes on. I think he's an actor. He might work for Google. And he's like this, works in like the tech department at Google. And she's basically explaining that the tech department tried to figure out all these ways to thank you in the biggest way possible. Like one of the ways was to write the name of your account on the moon. And they devised this giant laser that will project the name of your AdWords account onto the moon just to thank you. Like, so you could look up at the moon, see your name, and then go, oh, well, Google's thanking me. That's cool. So they did that where they have this video, and it's a YouTube video, but when it plays, it's actually the name of your account that they're shooting onto the moon. So it's like a customized video for each customer. It's pretty cool. Another one is they devised these little robot bees. They're like look like little bees, but they're robotic. In an attempt that they release all these bees, and then they're trained or programmed to make a swarm of in characters and like spell out the name of your account. So they did that, and they shot that up, and that experiment actually went haywire. They started spelling out the name of my account, and then all the bees robots gave up, and they just attacked the guy who was running the remote control. So they make it funny, like that kind of thing. And another one was dominoes, where they had this giant domino set, and they spelled out the name of your account in these giant dominoes, and they actually show these dominoes falling, and it's the name of your account. It's spelled out, and all these dominoes is really neat. And then a helicopter comes by and blows all the dominoes away, so that doesn't work. And so they basically just give all the things they do, they go wrong somehow, and they basically just give up, and the girl comes back on, and she just says, well, we just wanted to thank you. But I thought it was pretty cool, some ingenuity went into it. You know, it wasn't just like a email that said, thank you for using AdWords, thank you for paying us thousands of dollars, and blah, blah. It was like they put some effort into this, and they had some fun with it. I appreciated it. I thought it was pretty cool. What do you think about that?
That's great. I haven't seen the video. I think it's because my AdWords account has been active for a while. So I think that's why I didn't get the email.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Is it actually set to like inactive status?
Yeah, I don't even know. I'll have to take a look later.
Let me see if I can pull it up in my Gmail here. That's weird. I typed Google AdWords in Gmail, I thought, and it took me to AdWords. Let me try that again. Google AdWords. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. In my mail. Okay, there we go. It's a thank you from Google. Let's show this. I'll show parts of it. So this account, see, I have a bunch of different AdWords accounts. But one of the campaigns in my AdWords accounts is my mom makes these fork bracelets, this jewelry.
I'm Susan Wojcicki, Senior Vice President for AdWords.
Oh, I can't kill the sound.
AdWords Mark is 10th.
Anyway, here's as I'm talking, I'll show you the video. Just this woman behind a desk. And one of the campaigns I have in AdWords is fork bracelet jewelry. My mom makes these bracelets out of forks, and I made a video for it, and we sell the video at makingforkbracelets.com. So that's when they showed her like me getting shot up onto the moon, that's the account they used for that. See, this goofy guy comes in with a remote control, and he's like, we tried all this stuff, and blah, blah, blah. And, oh, I can't fast forward it. Well, these are spelling bees. They made these little bees. Anyway, can you see it?
Yeah.
I don't want to bore the people watching this on audio, but let's see if the bees can actually spell out something. So the bees, so they unleash all these bees. They have all these freaking cameras. Here we go. Let's see what they spell out. He's clicking the remote control. All the bees just get released. Thousands and thousands and thousands of them, probably millions. And they're flying up in the sky, and they're spelling out something. Because I couldn't make out what the bees were spelling out at first. Let me see. Oh, it's makingforkbracelets.com, but the letters are all jumbled and mixed up because the bees are messing up. That's why. So the letters are all there, but they're spelling it backwards. And then he punches the remote control, and all the bees are coming at him. Isn't that cool?
This is actually really cool.
Yeah, it's customized.
This is great.
So it says fail. Anyway, that's the gist of it. If you don't have an AdWords account, you didn't get one. Pretty neat, though, huh?
Yeah, that's really, really neat. It's really, really well done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very professional looking. The acting could have been a little bit better, and the punchlines could have been a little bit funnier, but it was nice. All right, man. What else do you want to talk about?
Oh yeah. Have you seen this? This is pretty neat. I thought this was cool. It's a garage door graphics or garage door decals. I put it in the chat a link for it. And what you can do is you can get like this, I guess it's like a banner or like a decal or I'm not even sure what. And you put it over your garage door and it looks like something else.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's
I'll
pretty
show on the video. Now you can't really see it there that good. That's
So
the picture of it.
it makes it look like your garage, like inside your garage you have like a winery or you're housing like a I guess I wouldn't put a sports car theme in my garage because people run up and try to steal it.
So that friggin' thing is a decal?
It's like a decal or like a banner or something.
It goes on the
it's
outside
pretty-
of your garage door or after you open it up? It
Uh,
looks. See, it
I
looks.
think
It
you
actually
put it
looks like
outside
that garage door's open, doesn't it?
Yeah. So if you scroll down, you'll see more.
Let's see.
I think you're all zoomed in. Yeah.
Wow.
See the different ones? You could put like
Oh, a
one has like a fire
motorcycle.
truck. Another one has like a tank.
Oh, that's so awesome. I wonder how much these things cost. How much do they
Yeah.
cost?
I think they're a couple $100.
You gonna get
Depends
one?
on like whether you have a double garage door or what.
That's
what it is.
hilarious. So it's all these fake. I love the one where it looks like you're walking into a stadium. There's soccer players.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really
Now-
neat, man. What a great idea. I mean, I guess it could lose its charm after a while. I mean, how much? Like the joke will probably wear off after a while.
It's great. That would be great to do that to your house before, but that would be great to, before like all your relatives come over for Thanksgiving or Christmas or something, because then they'll all see it and they'll be like, "Whoa, what is that?"
Yeah.
That's a good conversation piece.
Yeah, that's really neat. Well, I mean, it depends how much it costs to be worth it. I mean, if it's $1,000, it would be
No,
funny,
I would-
but it's not. I'm not going to spend like $1,000 for that joke.
Yeah, it's not worth $1,000. That's for sure.
That's pretty cool.
Not like the one with the giant alligator. It's horrible looking, crazy looking alligator.
Oh,
in,
yeah,
like,
I was
a
wondering what that
regular-looking
was.
garage.
I thought it was like a Doom monster out of Doom or something.
It's like this giant, alligator thing, and it's sitting next to like a giant tire, and it's just like you just don't want to go anywhere near it.
I did something the other day. Kind of feel a little bad about it, and I finally got to the point where I just stopped doing it because it wasn't funny to me anymore. I'm sitting around. It's around dinner time. I get a call on my cell phone from. It actually wasn't an unknown number. It was a real number, and I pick up. The woman says, "Hi, doing a survey for child inoculation, something regarding child inoculations and how it affects you and stuff like that." And I'm thinking to myself, "Oh man, how did I get on this list?" So I ask her, I'm like, "I don't want to do a survey, but how did I get on this list?" "Well, sir, it's just your number was open to the public, and this is a public number, so we called it, and blah blah blah." And I go, well, I'm like, "I don't really want to do a survey. Would you want to do a survey? Would you?" She's like, "Well, yeah, for something like this, yes, I would want to do a survey." I go, "Really? If I asked you these questions, you would answer them?" And she said, "Yes." So I go, "Okay. You ask me, I'll do the survey. You ask me the questions, and then I'm going to ask them to you." So she asked me the first question. She's like, "Is this your primary cell phone number, or primary phone, or do you have a landline?" I go, "This is my primary phone." "Is this your primary phone, or do you have a landline?" And she just silence. She just stopped, and then she asked me the next question, and I said, "No." And I said, "I'll do the survey if you do the survey with me." And she's like, she started getting mad, like she didn't know what to say. And then so she's like, ask me the second question again. I go, "No, you can't." I'm like, "I'm not going to do a survey unless you do it." I'm like, "That's the deal." And she's like, "Well," and I think she almost cursed. She's like, "Well, you," and she got mad at me. And she's like, I'm like, "Hello?" She's like, "Sir, would you like to do a survey about children inoculation?" I said, "Yes, I'll do it if you do it with me." And then she's like, "Do you want to talk to my supervisor?" I go, "No, I just don't want to do the survey." And at that point, I started to feel bad, and I said, "Look, you don't want to do the survey with me." I said, "I'm getting tired of doing this anyway. Thank you very much," and I hung up. But it worked really, really well. I mean, it dawned on me after that if you really want to mess with somebody doing a survey, just ask them whatever they ask you. It's kind of fun.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I did on the blue, like I played a game with one of those survey people. I didn't even, like, out of the blue, I kind of came up with this idea, like, right off the bat, because I was doing the survey thing. They wanted me to do this survey thing, and it was like about, like, it was like, how do you feel about credit card companies? And I was like, oh my God, like, I couldn't care less. And it's impossible for me to care less, you know? So I'm like, oh geez, I'm for whatever reason, I remember the girl that was doing it, she sounded like sweet, and she wasn't, I kind of felt bad for her. She sounded like mousy and stuff, right? So I'm like, oh, she's roping me in, guilting me into doing this stupid thing. So I figured, how long could it take? How about, like, I was on the phone for like over 10 minutes. So this is like an eternity for one of these things when you feel like you're trapped, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? And then so my wife comes over, and I'm like, she's like, who is that? You know? And like, she mouths the words, and I write down survey, and she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, no, don't go. Like, I'm giving her that look. And then she's like what? And I just hand the phone to her. So she's continued the survey, right? In her voice, which sounds nothing like mine, and confused the woman on the other end, but she didn't really care.
Right.
And then she answered a few, then I grabbed it back, and I continued, and then when I got bored, I handed it back to her.
How long did you keep this going for?
We were up to like about 20 minutes, and then I was just like, oh my God, enough already. And this little game we were playing, it wasn't enough to actually, like, it wasn't fun enough for us to actually continue. So we ended up just hanging up on her.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I'm sure it was pretty cruel how we did it too, because it had to have been kind of cruel considering the fact that we were threatening to finish this long survey, and we were probably on the brink of finishing it, and we were just like, all right, enough already, and just hung up on her.
I know.
I can't imagine who would actually do it under like 70, you know?
You mean people just want somebody to talk to?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you feel bad for them, but they got that job, and they must have known that people don't like to be surveyed at random, completely interrupted in the middle of whatever they're doing. So they got themselves into it. You know what I mean? They're asking for it. They're in a matter of speaking, they're asking for it.
I think they figured that out like on day one. I think like after their first day, they were probably like, wow, you know, most people don't like taking this survey.
I guess.
You know?
I guess. Sometimes I think to myself, am I the meanest person they talk to today? I can't be. You know what I mean?
No.
And I'm not mean. I usually just, what I like to do is mess around with the circuitry in their head. They're programmed, that job must be so boring that they're just programmed to just read whatever's on the thing, and I think they stop thinking, and they just go into robot mode.
Oh, they're always robot mode.
I'd like to break them out of robot mode.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do. Actually, I'm doing them a favor. I'm getting them to see life, see things that are happening in present time, snapping them out of the robot mode. So, and I'm having a little fun doing it too.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. I try to do that to cashiers.
Yeah, me too. I love doing it to cashiers. I love doing it to cashiers.
Like, I like to go to the cashier, and it horrifies my wife, but occasionally I like go to the cashier, and there's 2 items on the, you know, like, or more. I grab one of them, and they scan it. I go, could you just scan this one twice instead of scanning this one so that I can get this, so I can not spend so much? And they look at me like, what? What did you even say? Like, they're like, holy crap. They didn't even hear it. They're just like I just broke the ice just saying things to them.
Yeah, that's a great thing to do. It brightens up their day, makes them think. It brings them back to like, okay, yes, I'm a human being and I have thoughts. You know what I mean?
No, I think a lot of them, they don't want you to break them out of that. Because they go into like robot mode, like they shut their brain off and go to sleep.
Yeah,
and then, so that the clock moves faster.
I'm telling you, most people, especially like fast food restaurants and stuff, are like that. But I was at Dunkin' Donuts the other day. I went through that drive-thru, and the most cheerful person I ever heard in my life came on the speaker. Hi, sir. How can I help you today? I said, can I get an iced coffee with cream only? And she said, what did she say? She's like, yeah, why not? She goes, well, yeah, why not? I'm thinking to myself, nobody ever says that. And and then I asked for something else. She goes, sure, pull around. I pulled around. She's like, here's your coffee and here's your sandwich. And she was like the most cheerful person that you got to say to yourself, okay, what's wrong with her?
Yeah, well, that's true. Good question. What's wrong with it? Because by far, the best experiences I've ever had fast food are by mentally handicapped people.
Yeah, good point. Good
Every
point.
time.
Absolutely. I knew Pat from McDonald's. She knew my name because I used to go there a lot every day for breakfast. And Pat was awesome. And she wasn't all there, but she was completely awesome. I would recommend her. Like, I would ask for her every time if I could.
But you know what it is? It's like they're not all there in like life, but they're all there when it comes to fast food.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they're there. They know their stuff. And it must be a nightmare working for them, though, probably. Or like working with them, they're probably like, no, you have to do it this way. They get locked in their routines.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right, man. What else do you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, I love. You know, one of my favorite websites.
Do me a favor. Move your mic a little closer to your mouth.
Okay.
There you go. Not that close. Not that close. A little lower. There you go.
One of my favorite websites is Cinemassacre.
Oh, more on Cinemassacre?
Yeah, they're doing. He's doing some holiday stuff.
And I like it.
It's really, really good. He put a few videos up that are really, really great. One of them is Holiday Memories, and it's the Angry Video Game Nerd, and he's going through a lot of the games that he did that kind of have something to do with winter or Christmas. And I can post a link here, and it was really, really good. It's really, really foul mouthed. It's a great recap. He talks about some of the Bible games. You don't want to play the audio unless you want to hit the edit key.
I'm trying to. Well, the video wanted to start, but I killed the audio. That's all right. It's a Michael Strahan
They're gonna throw
commercial.
a commercial in the beginning. Screw Attack. It forwards to screwattack.com, and Screw Attack always has crazy commercials in front of their stuff.
It's for Subway.
Is that what that one is?
It's cool though. He tackles Donovan McNabb in this commercial. Check it out. Boom.
I saw it, but my mind shuts off when I see commercials when I see video commercials before the video, my brain just flick like a light switch. I just go like a robot. I just go down.
Hey, that's me too. But when somebody's tackling McNabb, it perks my attention up.
Yeah, it was really, really good. But one of my favorite ones that he did a video review that I didn't even know existed, and it's called what is it? Oh yeah, that's right. It's we wish you a turtle Christmas. This is horrendous. This is really, really horrendous. It's not that foul mouth. A lot of this stuff is like really, really, really aggressive and really foul mouthed, but this one isn't so bad. But there's still some curses and some stuff going on. But it's a
looks like Muppets.
You remember the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's the but not the cartoon. This is the live action.
Oh, this is a real video. We wish you a turtle Christmas. And what does he do? A review of it?
Yeah, he does a review on it, and it is scary. It's scary and terrible on multiple levels. It's really, really creepy and awkward and weird. It's like a musical.
Is it as weird as that Lizard Man poem we read last week?
It's weirder, I think,
okay.
Because they got these awful looking, like freaky looking grins all the time in the video, and these big giant grins, and their costumes are like ill fitting. And he talks about it. It's really, really funny. I thought it was hilarious. I love horrible things. I really do. When things are at their worst, I nothing makes me happier.
But know what's great about him? He does it with good production value, and he just makes so much fun of this stuff that it's something that I bet you or me would love to do, but we don't have the resources or time to do it. To make reviews like this.
Yeah, this is his full-time job.
It
has to be a full-time job.
He has mad traffic to the site. He's got a great Alexa rank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You type in Cine, and boom, that's Google knows what you're
Really?
looking.
Cinemassacre comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Cinemassacre. For everybody out there that not totally sure what we're talking about, the angry video game nerd, or the original, which was the original angry Nintendo nerd, that guy. He's very much into video making and reviews and all sorts of fun stuff. It's great. There's another video. There's another. He did another Christmas special too. It's a Christmas special about stealing kids good video games, and like as the Grinch, he does like a whole Grinch kind of like knockoff thing where the Nintendo video game nerd is the Grinch, and he goes down, he steals all the good video games, and then leaves them only crappy, really horrible, like old like Nintendo games.
Wow, I gotta watch these. I always every time you recommend it, I end up going to Cinemassacre, watching a bunch of them, and then waiting for more to come out, and I never remember until you remind me to go back.
Yeah,
that's great.
Why I bring it up.
Very cool. All right, there we go, Cinemassacre. Good one.
It's not on everybody's radar, but it's
right.
It's really
it's something you need to be reminded of every once in a while.
I think so. Yeah.
Was watching Jay Leno last night, and they had, I usually after on a late night show they have like Jay Leno does this thing, has a bunch of guests, then they have a live band or a comedian or a cook come on as like the final act. They had this little girl that was on that show America's Got Talent apparently. And she sang "Oh Holy Night." I think this girl's 10 years old, and blew me away. You got to hear this girl sing. It's crazy. I'm gonna pull it up. So I mean, It's just that good. I don't know if they're gonna have the Jay Leno clip, but let me see. There's got to be something on YouTube for this 10-year-old girl. It's a 10-year-old. Let's see. "Oh Holy Night." Let's see if that does anything.
Oh, they're saying then check the chat out. I think they know her name.
Jackie Ivanko. Yeah, that's her. That's her.
Thanks, Mind Melt.
Yeah, thanks, Mind Melt. Let's see if I want to play the "Oh Holy Night" one, but I'll do Jackie Ivanko. Sorry, guys, on the audio. This is boring. I know. Ivanko. Let's do Leno. See if they get on Leno. That's from 2 months ago, 2 months ago, 2 months ago. Really? Man, I must be behind on this. All right, let me try one more thing. Okay, here we go. This should be it.
Jackie! Jackie!
Listen to this girl sing. It's a 10-year-old girl. Look at her moving around. She's like not human. This is my favorite part of the song. Look at that girl. It's amazing. It's amazing. Anyway. What do you think?
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
I know, man. I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. Let me get you back on full screen. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. And then at the end, you know, she acted like a little girl. She was all like happy that she sung the song perfect. Like, you should, throughout the song, she looks like this professional, you know, professional singer and her motions and all. And at the very end, she's like all like gets like little girly and she does one of these. I'm like, damn. I'm like, she's too young to be singing good like that. Anyway, it was pretty amazing. Wasn't expecting that.
That's like what was that? What was that lady's name? I forget her name.
Oh yeah, from America's Got Talent.
Yeah, what was it? The British
Oh
one.
yeah,
I think it was?
yeah, right. Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, they played her out so much that I was sick of her by the end. I can't remember her name. The guys in the chat room probably do.
Oh, it was Susan Boyle. I remember her name now.
Thank you, Mind Melt.
Okay, Mind Melt. Yeah, yeah. It's Susan. I always remember her last name because her last name's just. It's a horrible last name, Boyle. Oh man, that just sucks.
What picture do you get in your mind when you think of that makes it so horrible?
I picture a boil on somebody's skin. It's horrible.
Ew, man.
It's just terrible.
That's great.
You just don't want that name.
Yeah, I agree. I guess. I don't think of a boil. I think I don't get a picture of that. I don't even get a picture of like an egg boiling or food boiling either. And not a boil on the skin. I don't get a picture of anything. I think I knew a guy named Tom Boyle when I was young. I think I get a picture of Tom Boyle. Played baseball with him.
This is not a good name.
You know, Boyle is a very common name, and you might be making some enemies here.
I'm sorry, for everybody. I mean, I don't have the most wonderful name or anything. It's just.
Well, what do you think people think of when they say D'Amico?
They think, what the hell is that? Or they go, I think I knew a guy that had that name, or I heard that name before.
But they don't get repulsed. There's no repulsion.
Yeah. My mom was gonna be a tool. Thanks, Chris. Oh,
Chris, you're coming on the next show with us. Go ahead.
My mom originally was gonna name me Anthony. You can imagine how now I'm a blonde-haired guy here. I don't look that I don't look that Italian when you meet me, but my name was gonna be Tony D'Amico. Now, could that be any more Italian than? Could anything be more Italian than that name?
That name sounds like you are doing something illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. It's
all right. Well, thank God her name's not Boyle. It's Ivanko. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about? And after this, we'll do what do you like, what don't you like? And we got some emails. Actually, we got a bunch of emails too. So you do one more thing, and then I'll read the emails.
Oh, I don't really have much.
Why don't we want to go? Let's go to the emails now. Want to go to the emails now?
Yeah.
All right. And let's pull up Nutz at Night emails. Logging into Gmail here. Nutz at Night. Let's see how many we got here. Not too many. This is from Ray. Thought you might like to share this with your listeners. Cell phones/smartphones have become so big you decided to dedicate a podcast to them. You are aware how dangerous distracted driving is, but did you know this? 5,500 deaths in the U.S. in 1 year from distracted driving. 500,000 injuries from distracted driving. Here's a comparison for you. The Iraq and Afghanistan war combined in 7 years about 4,500 sad deaths, and not all of those were combat related. Makes you wonder, are you safer walking down the streets in Iraq or driving to Best Buy in Tampa? Keep in mind, even talking to through your Bluetooth headset is a greater distraction than listening to a podcast. Great job on the show, but saying also great job on medicating our children message. I've been saying that for years. Thanks for spreading the word. Thanks from Ray.
Oh, come on. I mean,
I don't think about it, Ray.
You know what? I'll let you drive in Baghdad, okay? I'll let you drive in Baghdad. I'll go to Best Buy in Tampa.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing you just don't think of. You don't think of it. You don't put it in your mind about distracted driving. I mean, you don't try not to text while you're driving. I mean, come on. But
yeah. Well, I said it before on the show. I saw a guy, he flew off the road. I saw this guy, he smashed into a guardrail and flew right off, just drove like flying right off the road. And then I went to go see him because I witnessed the accident. I wanted to make sure this guy was still alive. And he and if you see if he needed me to dial 911 or anything. I'm not gonna climb in and be a hero or something. But I go, hey, he was okay. And I was like, hey man, what happened? And he just looked at me and went, I'll tell you. He goes, I was texting.
Oh man.
He didn't hit. Nobody got hurt other than him. No, he didn't hit anybody. Nobody. There's no.
That's really lucky. I mean, he could have killed somebody, obviously. But that's the cool thing about these Android phones, man. Even with the iPhone, I guess, you could do it. Talk into it. When you're driving, I could text when I'm driving. I hit the big microphone button and I just talk. You just talk into it. You don't have to type anything. And it's much better.
It makes it easier, but not perfect.
It's not perfect, but
you still have to look at the phone. You still have to go, it didn't get that right.
Yeah, you're good point. It's better than straight off texting.
But you can text. You can make a very complete text and a long text during a stoplight with that feature, though.
Say that again. I'm sorry, man. What?
You can text at a stoplight using that feature because it does it so quickly.
Right. That's what stoplights are for. Texting.
Yeah.
All right. Don't take that to the bank. Okay, that was for Mike Mitch. This is from Tom. We were talking about alligators. Remember we were talking about Alligator Alley last year? Last show.
Last year.
And Tom says, yes, there are alligators in Florida. I can remember going fishing a few years ago in a lake that we had not been on in years. We were on the water before sunrise and anchored near the west bank of the lake. As the sun started to rise, we heard a splash, then another, then many. We turned around and we looked at the bank. As far as you could see along the bank of the lake, hundreds of alligators were jumping in the lake and swimming to the east side of the lake. Being in a small rowboat, we were worried that they would tip over the boat. They swam all around us, and some were huge, 8 to 10 feet. It only took them about a minute to swim past us and head for the east bank, which was about a mile away. Needless to say, after they got past us, we headed for the docks, and we did not fish there anymore. This was when there was a ban on killing them because the population had gotten so low. So after that, the state put out a bounty on them and paid like $50 per foot for them. During that time, hundreds of people reported them in their yards and in their pools. Somewhere I have a picture of a 12-foot one sitting in the yard of a house we saw while we were fishing in another lake. Oh my gosh. We had a problem with them for a short time at our cabin. I remember them coming up to our dock when we were fishing. I bought a small rifle to keep them away. Someone reported them, and the game warden sent out a crew and removed them. Luckily, the bounty worked, and they were no longer a major problem except in mating season. You will still see in the news where someone's child has been attacked by one. Steve D is correct. Take an airboat ride, and you will see all you want to see as far as gators. Wow. That's from Hamrad. Thanks, Tom. That's good stuff, man.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely gators in Florida. Just I didn't see any on Alligator Alley. That's all.
Yeah. Move your mic a little closer to your mouth. A little farther down. There we go. Keeps seeming to move tonight.
It falls on its own.
When it falls down, you get muffled. That's all. And we need to maintain the highest quality we can for podnutz.
Of course.
Okay, that Nutz At Night emails the Google thing, and we have a voicemail. Let's play it.
Oh, wow.
I like playing voicemails, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, I got to loot up Google Voice to play it.
Finally knew how to play voicemails.
And this is from a person. Here we go. Oh, it's from Reliant. Here it is.
Hey, Steve. This is Kevin, otherwise known as Reliant, in the chat room. I had an interesting experience the other day while I was doing a computer run, but I thought it'd be appropriate for Nutz At Night instead. My wife and I were coming home from a job, and we were getting on 77 northbound to go back home, which was 30 miles away. Anyways, getting on the entrance ramp, there were 4 cars, including mine, that were stopped right at the end point where the highway meets the entrance ramp. And I said, well, this is nuts, but I was thinking, okay, let's wait and see, because the weather was bad the previous day, and I thought maybe there was some glass in the highway that was leftover debris from a wreck, which there were plenty of that day. But here it was somehow a little dog, I don't know what the breed was lost, got himself lost on the highway. Now, picture this, if you will. There's 2 minivans, and there are 2 regular cars behind the minivans. And So what we just, I guess what we all thought of the doing at the time was to make sure that he doesn't get on the highway because there was another exit ramp just maybe about, I don't know, 500-600 feet ahead. So the 4 cars started to escort this dog away from the highway while at the same time trying to get him off the highway. And he was really bent on getting over on that highway. You could tell he was probably frightened, but he had a leash on him, so he belonged to somebody. So I stuck around for a little bit trying to help him, but it was obvious that one of the cars ahead was trying to get real close to him. So I'm beginning to think that somebody knew this dog, and they were just trying to get him back into their van so they could take him home. So this was 3:30 in the afternoon. Traffic, right, the first rush hour traffic was starting to hit. So I'm the in car, and I got my flashes on like everybody else did. But I says I gotta get out of here because I didn't want to get into a wreck because over a dog. I hope I don't sound too cruel about that, but that's the way I felt. So we passed it on. So I don't know what happened to the dog, but I just found it something in a world where man is bent on killing somebody else for whatever reason, that 4 complete strangers were willing to take a little bit of time out of their busy day to help this dog get off the freeway. There's my experience, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Kevin. I believe that people will help animals before they will help others.
Oh yeah, you could think of it this way: in every movie, there's people. Well, there's so many violent movies of people just shooting each other all over the place. But if an animal dies, or especially if a cute dog dies, it's an impossibility. The movie will be banned and hated forever.
Right.
The dog can't die.
You know why? I think because people have better experiences with animals than other people. And they realize that animals they're not going to, I don't know, I don't know. They're not,
innocent.
Right, they're more innocent, exactly. They're
they're like kids. They're kids. That they didn't do anything to anybody.
Right.
Except for Cujo. He did bad things.
A couple other dogs, too.
Yeah, Cujo was mean.
Well, you wouldn't even know it was Cujo. Maybe that dog could have been Cujo, but you won't know until you get to know him. So, the general assumption, the first impression is usually that the dog's cute and nice.
Yeah.
Well, Reliant, I'm glad you did what you could. I wouldn't go too crazy if you can't help the dog, but there's a bunch of other people helping him. Sure, he was all right.
Every time I seem to help an animal, it always backfires. I tried to help a cat. I found a cat that was lost, cold and kind of skinny, and I was like, "Oh my god, what the hell, poor thing." Yep. So I like cats, and I took the poor thing, and he was so weird. He was acting so strange, wouldn't eat, wouldn't sleep. It was just so bizarre. And I was like, "There's something wrong with this cat." So I brought him in. The cat had brain damage. Oh, I felt horrible. He must have got hit by a car and he got brain damage.
Oh, dude, why you tell me that? Why you tell me that?
Sorry,
why?
Man.
That makes my stomach just turn.
Yeah.
I tried to help a cat the other day, and I was chasing him down. I was in the mall, that mall near me.
Yeah. You
know that mall?
I saw it.
And
I looked out the window and saw it.
I'm in the parking lot, and I see a cat running down the mall, the street of the mall. There's a street that goes around the whole outside of the mall, the perimeter. And the cat's running down that street with the traffic. I'm like, this cat's going to die. So I saw him, and he jumped up, and he went under a truck. So I went closer to him, and he got out from under the truck, and he started walking across the Sears parking lot or something around somewhere else. And then I saw him just team up with a bunch of other stray cats. So he was totally fine. He was just making his rounds. He was a stray, and there was a bunch of other stray. He had a bunch of other stray friends there.
You can't say hello to a cat outside. What's with that? You can see it. This is the weirdest thing ever. You notice that? When you're in your house with your cat, you guys are best buddies. You go up to the cat. The cat's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he rubs up against you. You pet him, right? Take you and the cat and go outside. You meet your cat outside. Even if the cat recognizes you, the cat runs away.
Yeah.
It's why is it like when you're when you're indoors with your cat, you're like you're just somebody to cuddle with. But when you're outside, you're like an unstoppable killing machine. What's up with that? Cats are bizarre.
Yeah, they are kind of weird. You know, that's why I'm afraid to let my cat out, because I think she would just go out and never come back.
They come back.
All right, ask me what I like.
Yeah, what do you like?
Couldn't think of anything good, but I got something that I kind of like. Sweatpants. I wear sweatpants all the time, mainly because I'm overweight and I don't want to buy anything nice till I thin down. So I'm usually wearing sweatpants almost all the time. They're just so comfortable, and people hate them. They make you look sloppy. You know, I know girls that say would never be caught dead wearing sweatpants. I don't care. I like them. They stretch. They're comfortable. You know, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just a good invention. What do you think? What do you think about them?
I like them when I'm home.
Yeah. You don't like them out?
No, not in the 20-degree New York weather.
Why? You mean they're cold?
Yeah, I'd freeze to death. Well, at least I think I would.
No, man, sweatpants. You got to get thick ones, not the crappy ones. You know, like good ones, good like thick ones.
I can't. I just trained myself for all these years. Wearing sweatpants to me is pajamas. So, for me, not for anybody else. I don't look at people and say, "Oh, that guy's wearing his pajamas." But for me, I would completely think I was laying around my pajamas.
Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna get you a good thick pair of sweatpants.
Oh man,
podnutz sweatpants.
right up the leg.
All right, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm gonna find them. Somebody will do them online. All right, what do you like?
I like this show called. Everybody's seen it. Everybody's had to have seen this, but I just think it's hilarious, and I have to bring it up because it's just full. It just makes me laugh. It's called on True TV. It's called Most Shocking. You seen this?
No, I haven't. I don't have cable like premium channels.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, anybody with cable that actually cares and looks, they'll see this show. It's great. It's called Most Shocking, and really, for anybody that hasn't seen it, it's just like it's like YouTube clips, or it's like video clips from all sorts of different compilations of different like outrageous video clips of like people attacking each other and doing all sorts of stupid stuff. Some of my favorites, and they have the greatest titles. So there's all these different types. The Most Shocking is the show, and then there's different like episodes. And here's some of the episodes. Here's the names of some of the episodes. Most Shocking, Lawless Ladies 5. Here's another one. Fights and Wild Riots 5. Busted in the Buff 3.
They're all nude things.
It's just
the first thing I did. The first thing that came up when I went to the site is a woman stealing a spray tan. She got freaking naked in the store. Her friends sprayed her down, and then they left. Oh my god! They couldn't buy a can of that spray.
Yeah. It's just too expensive. And Chases and Crashes 3, Citizens Under Attack 4. I like the numbers afterwards each. And this is all real. This isn't like a joke or a parody or something. But this is these are real shows. Criminals Out of Control 6, Drunk and Disorderly 2, Chases and Crashes 4, Fights and Wild Riots, and I like Busting the Buff again. Gotta watch that one twice.
If you watch, this is what our world is coming to. When you watch Idiocracy, this is something that would fit right into that movie.
Yeah, and my favorite last one is bare knuckle brawls. It's just guys. I'm sure it's just guys just punching each other.
Oh man, I can't watch this. It's like the lowest of the low. It's the lowest of the low.
It really is, but it's really entertaining to watch. It's like you're watching YouTube videos.
I don't want. That stuff kind of just makes me sick. I can't watch that stuff. I mean, not
two lunatics attack each other.
Yeah, it's not repulsive. I don't find it like too crazy to watch. I just get discouraged. I'm like, these are people that are living like the same place I am. Like,
yeah, but there's one I saw. Oh god, one of the best ones I saw. Like one of those convenience store clerks was this. She had to have been 5 foot like 3, right? She was this tiny little thing, and she was thin. This tiny little young, cute, like little She was like a little, like she was from some Arab country somewhere, and she's in the whole little, the little thing they wear in that country. She's behind a counter in one of these convenience stores, and some like lunatic thug guy comes up and puts a gun in her face, right? And because she's insane, and she's also from like some other country where like putting guns in people's faces is not that big of a deal, I guess, she just pulled out, and I'm not kidding, she pulled out a battle axe and started swinging at the guy, and the guy freaked out and ran off.
I would too. Oh my gosh.
Especially when you know somebody shouldn't be messed with when they pull out a battle axe.
Something like that I could watch, but when you see like white trash fighting with each other, that just, I don't like that.
It makes you feel good though when you watch that.
No, it does not.
It makes me feel good.
Why?
Because I know that I'm better than that. But you're always like 5 mistakes away from like pooing in a bucket, like in somebody's like backyard,
Never.
Living under like a rotten fence somewhere,
Nope.
Homeless.
No, that will not happen.
I think we're all 5 bad mistakes away from that, but I just feel good that I'm not in that situation. At least
I don't need to watch that to feel good about that. I know.
It's like looking
anybody in our
window.
chat room just knows that they're better than that.
Yeah, but it's like looking out the window and seeing like the cold and rain, and then looking out the window and seeing that, and you're like, I'm not in that.
Okay, maybe. I get your viewpoint. I'll agree with you to a certain extent.
Yeah,
Oops,
that's my
hold
truth.
on. My garage band just did not like something here.
Is this the battle axe video? It was a battle axe, wasn't it? It was an axe of some kind. Somebody just posted it. Who posted this? Mindmeld. Oh, you just coming up with all the links.
Oh, it didn't. It was playing the video. That's what GarageBand didn't like. All right. Ask me what I don't like.
Yeah, what do you not like?
Excuse me. I don't like ironing. I hate ironing. There's no more awkward activity than ironing because clothes just don't fit on a flat surface. They have collars, and they're always just shaped to fit your body. They're not flat. They have curves and angles, and they're impossible to iron. I don't know how anybody irons anything. I don't know how they do it. Every time I try to iron, I push the thing, and then all these wrinkles appear. And I could only do like a fraction of the clothing while it's on the ironing board, and then I have to move it. And I don't know the technique. I just don't know the technique, I guess, because I suck at it, and I hate it. And I think it's that clothes are just not meant to be ironed. I mean, they don't ironing and clothes don't go well. They're just too oddly shaped, and they have layers and pockets. And how do you get that all flat without crinkling the other side? I don't know how they do it.
It's a skill.
Do you do it?
No, are you kidding?
Okay.
I don't know. If somebody said you have 15 minutes to find an iron in your house, I'd probably fail. I don't even know where one is.
I needed one just one time the other day, and I didn't have one. There will be a time that you'll probably need an iron. You're married. You don't have to worry about this. But sometimes you can't go out just like I do with sweatpants and wrinkled T-shirts, and you have to wear something that's straight.
You know what my idea of ironing was? I'm not kidding. I just like lay the shirt on my bed and then just take my hands and just go shush, 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 shush. And then I pull it, like I stretch it like really hard, and then I hold it up and look at it again and go, oh no, do it more times.
Seriously?
Go, shush,
Seriously?
Shush, shush. Yeah.
I gotta try that. That sounds like a good idea.
It doesn't work.
I'll tell you my successful action: be fat. Because if you're a fat person, your clothes stretch all the wrinkles out. Yeah, I mean your body stretches all the wrinkles out of your clothes.
Oh, I'm sure that looks great.
Jerry in the chat room says take him to the laundry. Yeah, maybe I'll do that, Jerry. Good idea. All right, what don't you like?
Yeah, it's just a small annoyance that I see, and I don't know what it is about it, but it bugs me every time I see it. And I think I might have mentioned it once, but I have to bring it up again because I saw it the other day, and it just makes me like, I just go, why? I hate it when people think there's an invisible car in front of them, so they stop 3 car lengths or maybe 1 or 2 car lengths before the red light.
Man,
that really bugs me.
That's almost as bad as your messed up cat with the brain damage when people do that.
It's just something that irks me about that.
It should. I mean, because there's no car in front of them. It should irk you. It's wrong. It shouldn't happen. Sane people should not do that. Especially
this almost threw me into a rage. I was driving at night, and at night some of the roads they have that there's like that circle in the street. At least I guess I don't know if this is it, like all areas. I don't know this stuff, but there's like a circle in the street, and you can barely see it. But when you do, and it's at the intersection, usually there's like some kind of like magnet thing underneath there, some kind of technology that's underneath there that detects your car is at the light. And if it detects your car is there, then the light will cycle. But without it, it just stays red. So I'm driving behind some idiot, and the idiot stops before the little circle thing, before the sensor. So we're just sitting there at this light for like 10 minutes straight.
Oh, I would pass him. I would pass him. I would never wait. I wouldn't wait 2 minutes. Are you kidding me?
Well, I was already behind this dingbat, and it was a 1-lane road.
Pass him. I would pass him on a 0-lane road.
Not only did I pass him, I blew the light.
Nice.
But I mean, it's just like, really? Like, really? Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
It's just I just don't get it. Like, what's the point of stopping that far back? Like, are you like conserving like space? It doesn't make any sense. It freaks me out because it's so unnecessary.
I'm with you, man. Drivers are bad. People are afraid to be in their cars and on the road. And they drive defensively to the point where they're just nutty, crazy, the things they do. It's out of fear.
Okay, but I would like to understand this because this doesn't make any sense to me either. Is this really like, I know this is, I'm going to set you off on this one probably. Okay, I think most people really, really love their cars. They spend a lot of money on their cars. Most cars are, if you have any kind of money together, you can scrap $10 together. You can get yourself a brand new car, and it's always got to be perfect, So people are very particular about their cars, the way they look, everything else. They're very flashy. They're very important to what they drive and everything, right? But they hate being in them. If they're in them for any more time than they need to be, they go into a frantic fit. They're like, "Oh my God, get me there!" I don't know. If you love your car, then spend some time in it.
It's not. I know what you mean. This sets me off. When I'm in my car, that means I'm going somewhere, and I like to get things done. So I want to be able to get from A to B as fast as possible. And I'm not saying blow the speed limit. I'm saying. I'm thinking, don't you guys have stuff to do too? Drive like you need to get somewhere.
Yeah.
It's fun to drive in your car when you get somewhere and you get there fast and the car did its job. You're proud of your car. I don't like being in my car waiting in traffic for idiots who either got in an accident or are looking at somebody who got in an accident or see a cop car parked on the side of the road giving somebody a ticket, and they think that when they see that this person's driving past them, the cop's going to magically ignore the guy they're giving the ticket to, get in their car and go chase them instead. But we can talk about this forever. So I have to
those people.
Yeah,
those are special people.
It happens more than you think. When people see a cop, they immediately get that gut feeling in their stomach. Oh my God, I'm being watched. I got to be careful. I don't. When I see a cop on the side of the road, I almost want to wave to him and be like, good job pulling that guy over, man. I'm not speeding,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
All right.
I look at it, I go free pass. I know that because I know that if he's taken up with that guy, the cop's time is being taken up with that guy at the side of the road. That means there's no cop. Go.
Right.
That means you can drive as fast as you want. Right? That's my logic.
Absolutely.
Which is, I guess, similar.
Absolutely. All right, let's end this baby off. Where can people find you, my friend?
You can find me on Twitter, SMDSteve, and StephenDMiko.com.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and thank you everybody watching, listening, streaming. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Nutz at Night. Stay tuned for D'Amico After Dark. We don't know how long that's going to go into the wee hours of the morning, but usually it goes pretty far. And even if Steve says, "Oh, I can't stay up tonight," it doesn't matter. The show goes on. All right. Well, we'll see everybody next time. Thanks a lot.